All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Witch Hat Atelier, episode 7. Oh, we gotta help some people that are in a carriage and it's a flood and it's bad. And,
right. Yeah,
and Agate, you're feeling a little bit too eager to get involved in this here. I don't know if this is your place, but...
Hey, helping out, awesome, but also... people's lives are on the line.
Yeah, exactly. So be very careful here.
Right.
But yes, Keyfree is going to go and help.
Even if it means going out into the rain.
Yes, very
all,
good.
Witches.
Yep, yep. But also, Keyfree specifically does not like,
right. Yeah.
The water and the rain and all that.
Understandable.
So there's that. Yes, very understandable, especially given
potentially paper and ink and all that. It's
right.
troublesome.
Also, potentially maybe our theories.
Well. Yeah. If he ends up dying,
we're gonna be those people that hold on to this for like way too long. Like,
listen, it just makes
it's coming, guys.
It just makes sense.
It's coming.
If you're in a world like this, why would you rely on paper? Paper can get soggy or torn or whatever. Your skin is right there.
Right. And also, why are you wearing this skin tight?
Right.
Torso covering entirely.
It's gonna be the whole Ava thing of but why are they crosses if
it's
they don't
why
mean
he can
anything?
have a face like that and still be single because he's wearing a goddamn turtleneck.
Manga's just I just thought it was hot.
Yeah.
But I guess he could have tattoos on.
He could also have just an open bare chest, he could something, and he would be absolutely fighting them off.
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely, indeed. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Those horses look good.
Okay. Okay, so yeah.
いつもの課題とはわけが違うんだよ。
Oh.
彼らの前で魔法を使うことが許されるようになる第二の試験。
Sure.
Gotcha. Okay.
死は弟子に経験を積む機会をもっと与えるべきではありませんか。
Okay, but now's not really the time to talk and have involved conversations.
Yeah, time is of the essence.
向こうで扉窓の出口を設置しておく。
Oh, brilliant.
I like it.
アガットは俺が連れて行く。
There's also
な
a
んとか帽子を
slight
取ってきます。
aspect of this that I'm thinking of in the back of my mind.
Yep.
That this is a trap.
And it's a way to lure them away from the atelier.
できるようになる喜びより、できない焦りへ目を向けすぎる。
Yeah.
未熟なことは罪ではないのに。
Oh.
急ぐあまり。足を踏み外さなければいいのだけど。
Whoa.
Sure. Okay. Speaking of that.
Oh my gosh. Is it wedged in? Oh, it's wedged into the rocks.
Oh shit. Okay, I mean,
my God.
In some ways that's good, because otherwise it'd probably already be too late by the time they got there,
これの使い方はわかるな。みんなの服をそいつで乾かしてやれ。
Okay.
他にもっと。
それだけだ。他になんだ。簡単すぎてやりがいにかけるか。
Oh.
Yeah.
プリの懸念通りだな。
Nice.
Yeah.
A tarp with leather and everything. Okay.
Yeah, it also covers it for visual from the people.
何のために魔法を使うのかよく考えろ。
Yeah. It's also a big deal because it's directly casting spells of a sort
Right.
in front of people without it being actual spell casting.
成果が
Okay,
出
they're
な
all
きゃ
coming
無
through
意味
here.
だ。
Okay.
Okay.
That's the test to make sure it is working. And then they can key the one on their side to it.
私はもっと価値のある魔法使いだと。
Come on, Agate.
キーフリー
Oh, water sword? What?
He really don't like water.
Holy!
What in the Moses?
That's so sick!
So awesome.
It's also a fun misdirect from what's actually happening.
Sure.
いいぞ
Yep. And then that gives you enough time to...
Whoa! Oh! Just for good measure,
やったな
Because
全員
the
無事だ
people are all gonna drown if you make
Right.
an eruption like that.
傷の手当てはあちらで。お。
What?
激ヤバ。
Oh,
フレ先生、これ何ですか。
これは水裂の
The Rain Cleaver.
I love it.
What the hell?
刃の表面に刻まれた模様は全て魔法
So many.
Yeah.
でもこれだけ集めたら海だって切り開くことができるんだ
That's so sick.
That is awesome. No,
No.
absolutely not.
No,
武器にかけられた魔法は扱いに注意が
I was gonna say. Yeah, that's hardcore.
Yep.
まだ君たちには触らせられない
Just yet, though.
一緒においで
Ah, everyone
リ
gets
ーチ
their
は俺と
turn.
来い、
Oh,
Those two
ここは任せたよ
get along.
早くアガットの飛び靴直して返さなきゃ。
wait. Showing that is actually a little bit worrying.
お使いさん
You are a witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
何をしているんだ。戻ってきなさい。
You're kidding me.
大丈夫だぜダグだ
Oh my god.
You're kidding me.
No!
もう引っかかってるんだ
No!
拾ったらすぐ戻るって
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Crap.
They're dead.
Probably the only way they'd be alive is if they jumped into the river and they got swept downriver.
Oh shit.
No way.
She jumped
She
down.
just leapt in.
あなた平気なの？怪我は？私は平気。
But the shoes. Yeah.
返事をしてくれ。グッサス。
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, probably their legs are crushed.
Probably.
All right, Aga, this is your.
魔法使えば助けられるだろう。
You wanted the serious stuff, right?
これはチャンスだわ。
Oh.
靴がないから呼びにも行けない。ここも動けなくて、今は非常事。
Is this your chance to shine or is it your chance to save somebody's life?
本気で書きなさい。悪くはないけど平凡だよね。平気なこの年齢でも
Oh. Oh.
あなたに
The peanut gallery of adults just
Yeah.
constantly just drip feeding.
我が一族に才能なき者は必要な。
Her own mother.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And us cutting the
思
hair.
い
and-
出すの。
Uh-huh.
こんな時に。
I don't want people to compare.
Well,
Wow.
shit.
This can't be about your pride. Sure, you could teach her.
But what's she gonna be able to do from down there? It's everything she can do to just keep from being swept away.
何のために魔法を使うのか、よく考えろ。
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
状況が知りたいわ。ね。
The current isn't that bad. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. Okay.
泥だらけで滑っちゃって溺れそうにないし、
Oh.
ボス君の意識はなくて、岩は大人でも動け
Yeah,
そうに
yeah.
ない
I don't
Yeah.
think he's
どうしよう。あがった。どうしたらいいの？
Yeah, this is a proper puzzle.
何でも上流の泥森に
Oh,
巨大な
yeah.
水柱
Kiefer's
Yeah.
explosion, yeah.
あの子はまだ諦めてない。
Okay. She managed to get up on the rock. All right. That's something.
で魔法が使えたら、
Agate could distract the others, maybe.
あれだよ。オルギオ先生の。そうか。
Oh, to dry off the bag.
Yeah. Genius.
Awesome.
ここには無理だわ。指先の記憶のみで書く離れ技が必要となる。
Yeah, without sight.
Uh-huh.
That's also really cool details to why there's the gap in the cloak. The front part. Yes!
私はキーフリーが一番弟子。魔
Oh.
法使いアガット・アークロム。この身に与えられし魔法の力。
Concoct the most
Yeah, yeah,
bullshit,
yeah.
incredible spellcasting ever.
Yep.
やるべき時にやるべきことを恐れないためのもの。
Oh, shit.
No, actual spellcasting.
Yeah.
私なら
Nice. Just to make a signal to get everyone else to come back.
Yeah. Wow.
That's the distraction also, so that, yeah, Coco can actually draw it.
That's beautiful.
ダメだ。
It's just too much.
練習したばかりだからこそわかる。
Oh.
大きくて重い岩。
Yeah, his thing weighs,
Yeah.
you know, at least a ton.
クスタス君。
Oh no, the pain's gonna...
私たち上から落ちたの。覚えてる？じゃあ俺。
Oh, I wonder if he's gonna remember seeing her, like, jump after him.
Maybe.
あれは魔法だよ。私の友達の魔法なの。
Yeah.
それだ。
What
ここ
the?
から視線を。
Wait, give it tangibility so that it could fly them up? Wait! Help!
Oh god! Oh god!
Wait, but I thought he was pinned.
Yeah, but how did the rock move? Alright.
What did you do? Oh, it's underneath her
Okay.
cloak. I see, I
nice.
see.
To make it big enough.
That's... Ugh,
That is clever.
gutsy.
よかった。ちょっとうまくいってよかった。どうしようかと思
I can imagine.
ったの思い出したの。そう。
Oh shit!
壁崩しの魔法なら小さな魔法陣で人を傷つけ。
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
あの時は何も手伝えなかったけど、友達の魔法が助けてくれたの。
Okay.
She's learning, but also her memory is
Yeah, to
crazy.
be able to replicate it.
And in a
that
moment
well.
of panic, you know?
Uh-huh.
よかった。クスタス君を助けられて。
And then Kustas is like, okay, but I really think I can get it this time.
Well. Well,
Yep.
y'all are in trouble.
まさか負けるだ。
Yup.
つばり棒の手先のものは
Oh, there's a different spell that they saw.
岩だけじゃなくて川底まで辺り一面が砂に。
Oh. What?
禁忌を犯さずにこのような強大な魔法を使えるわけがない
Oh, this
Oh
is...
shit.
This is intense.
来ては絶対忘却の報いを受けてもらう
And end of the episode.
All right, that escalated quickly.
Okay, so.
No, what I love about this is that, remember, there was a point when one of the brimmed caps kind of communicated with Coco in between her perception of things, that she doesn't remember it.
Right.
So when she potentially went to
Draw it. She might have done something very
someone
different.
might have influenced her to keep drawing for a brief bit.
And the thing about okay, because we know enough about the mechanics of the magic to understand certain things.
The
That would've-
magnitude and intensity could have
Exactly.
been drawn a bit larger. Yeah.
Right, it would have had to have been drawn much larger. Now, that was a big rock, so theoretically, right, like that could have
Sure.
worked.
Sure.
But it did originally turn the rock, like it did pulverize the rock at least, because Coco wasn't like, oh shit, it turned the whole rock to sand, right?
Right,
And then
right.
she was able to get them up. So
Yeah.
Keyfree,
All
once again,
right.
you can't leave them
Keyfree.
alone for even 30 seconds. You weren't even going to bring the other girls there in the first place. Agate had to argue to be brought along. So why did you just...
He's naive.
Yeah.
He's maybe actually just that young. Like
Right.
that's it. He's not actually
Yep.
some old dude trying to look like, a little
Yep.
cutie or whatever. No, this is a serious situation. We needed the Knights Morales to be a little bit more
Fleshed out and
Yeah, have a little bit more of a formal introduction here. And I
Right.
guess, all right, let's do it this way. You split the party.
Yep.
Agate does something that was a little bit dumb.
She didn't have her paperwork for it, but she did it correctly.
She did it correctly, but it did end up basically pointing the Knights Morales to their exact location.
Right. Now, this is also going to be the thing that will make Keyfree show up right at the beginning of the next episode and be like,
Yes.
stop right the fuck there.
Right,
you
right,
know?
right. We're not obliviating
Yeah.
poor Coco here.
Right.
That is not happening. Although it would be nuts if whatever the brimmed, is it brimmed caps or brimmed hats?
Brimmed caps.
Brimmed caps does, like auto defends Coco in some way.
Sure.
That
well,
could be fun.
that-
or
yeah, that
we
could
just end up
absolutely
getting
happen.
into an actual fight that's, something illegal here
Yep.
or what have you.
One of the other things that I'm curious to
dang.
potentially get into here, because with the kind of spell that it was used, right, of a bunch of sand, okay, cool, and it's it's kind of in theory, the same kind of spell that she was going to cast, but, on a much larger scale. Maybe there was some mind control, subtle magic stuff that made her, do it differently.
Yeah.
But it's also the kind of spell that won't necessarily leave a trace, because even the thing that it was probably drawn on was pulverized to sand.
It's gone, yeah.
So you can't even, be like, let's look at the remnants of the spell you drew.
Which is
and
odd.
she'd be like, wait, I didn't draw that.
Hold on. Which is odd, because in a lot of ways, the spell perpetuating after a certain point is because the circle's still there doing something.
Right, but it also didn't take effect when she was down there. Otherwise, she would have noticed.
It did. It just probably was going very slowly.
Exactly. It did not. It was still going when she flew back up.
Yeah. So, I love personally the magic police showing up because you accidentally did something wrong versus I did something wrong for a good reason.
Yeah.
Because they're not actually mad about whether or not they are students that have gotten through the test to be able to cast in public.
Nah.
Because, in a very fun way, and this is something I love here, they shouldn't be able to tell right off bat how many tests through as magic students or apprentices they are.
Yep. And
they're more actually frustrated about the thing that is actually problematic, which is, hey, there's people down there. And obviously, we are doing this all in full display of them because we are also... we are also a pretty public-facing force. But the part that we're probably the most concerned about, we can't actively just dispel that. And this is something that I was sure that the Knights Morales would actually be pretty good at.
He's undoing magic.
And
yet it's like, nope. That's sand
That
now.
spell is continuing to go.
Right. Well, in the idea that destroying something is much easier than putting things back together. Because, once it's sand, it's like, okay, there's no magic, revert this.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about cease magic continuing here. Like, if there's magic that's spreading a fire, you can put water on it to put out a fire.
Sure.
But if magic is actively transmuting the water and the rock and terrain in the area, they can't go, no more transmutation,
That is a good point. Because
I thought they would be able to do that.
Right. Given that Coco did not see, oh my god, I just turned the entire thing to sand and was able to fly back up, that means that it was still going, which means that while it's not a guarantee, it could have theoretically run its course, there's a very high likelihood that it is still going.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that was why she literally looked down and was like, What? And then the water is dispersing into fog and stuff. So whatever it was some kind of molecule friction accelerant, basically a form of fire, probably. That'd be my guess. Because they're all using the elements and stuff.
Okay.
So fire is really just rubbing things together down even to the molecular level. So if you're going to disintegrate something, that's probably the element that was used. That's why the water is actually turning into a gas here. You see what I'm saying? What I think is actually going on is that this is not just a spell that's using forbidden magic and that it's raw transmutation. It's probably something akin to a fire-based thing that they all as kids could know and figure out and just do off the cuff. But what he was actually the most worried about was the size of the circle that you must have done was so big that it actually
you were clearly... I don't have to do a lot of math to look at this and say you broke some crazy rules.
Right.
Now, one of the other things that I want to throw out there, so the idea of bringing up the pulverized spell. Okay, yeah, awesome. And that being a way that she dealt with the problem. My current theory as to what happened is that there was some mind muckery because Kiefer asked, wait, did they do anything to you? But of course that's a silly question because she wouldn't know if they did, right? And so
he maybe was only asking to see if she gave a tell of mind muckery.
Sure, yeah, exactly.
Because he knows she wouldn't be able to answer.
Right. Way. But the idea that we effectively had an impossible situation that the protagonist was able to get out of off screen, the idea that it actually was potentially mental magic muckery that made her do stuff that she wasn't even intending to do and all
Possibly.
that. I really like that, not only because it introduces conflict here, but it also makes it so that we are keeping sacrosanct that they need to learn this stuff.
Yes.
She was not able to just look at a thing and suddenly do it, right? Whether it's because it went wrong because she did it poorly or because there was mental domination, subterfuge, whatever stuff happening.
Either
Who
one
knows?
works.
Either way, no, you are not able to just be like, I saw someone do that once, and now in a high pressure situation, I do it and it's flawless and it's perfect and I save the day. It's plausible that maybe could have happened, but that is not actually what happened, right?
I mean, it's not necessarily what happened.
Sure. Yeah. Theoretically, there could have been a second, like some other spell that happened on top of all of that, right?
Or just the idea that, like, when you remember something, you remember what it looked like, but you don't remember why it looked like that, because you weren't in the head of the person that made the spell.
Sure.
So an example of this could be that you saw the proportions of everything being this way, but there might be certain attributes that would be a little bit more intense if you magnified the size of everything by 50%.
Sure.
Like, certain things might be harder to tell the ratios of when everything is smaller.
Right.
But when you blow it up to things that are bigger, then your ratios are off, and then it's actually like your arrows are way too big compared to the size of your circle or something.
Right, you drew the circle badly, and one of the arrows actually went outside the circle, and so it actually expanded it beyond the scope of just the rock or something. I
mean, all kinds of things there. But the
there will be plenty of going into, oh my god, what happened here?
Yeah. Once Kifri and Orugio show up.
Yep.
So, having split off into 2 sets of 2, or 3 sets of 2 if we're counting Coco and Agate here, I want this to be something, though, that bonds Coco and Agate together a lot. Because Coco has been kind of Agate's, kind of their enemy for a while.
Ever since Coco showed up.
Yeah, and so having a moment where Coco can potentially stand up for them, or Agate can stand up for Coco.
Yep.
I am absolutely here for that before we get adults coming in and going, whoa, stop all this here.
Right.
Because I know that Agate is the kind of person that would not stand to see Coco's memories taken away because of this.
Right.
That probably will not sit well with her, because we got really good teases for her backstory here. One of the things that was very clear is that we were kind of suspecting this already, but she has a lot of pressure put on her.
Yep.
The reasons why, though, is that her mother, what's most likely her mother, is someone very powerful.
Yes, very well respected and successful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Regardless of what kind of power that is, that's something else.
Yep.
But specifically, she will not take her own daughter
as an
on.
apprentice. Yeah.
And the cut from much more traditional look for a young girl to then Agate having the cut short hair, and I think even like maybe it's just the color shift here, but no, okay, cool.
Just, it was a while ago.
Just a softer look,
right,
in her eyes. Like, she's
less
very
serious.
vulnerable in this place here.
Yep.
And so Agate's whole hard work, and I don't respect like laziness or people not taking this seriously aspect makes sense, because if Agate is somebody that was a hard work with no talent, for whatever reason that works in this world.
Yep.
Because again, this is kind of the part that is weird, is talent is much harder to quantify with a magic system that is just script and art. Like, it is
even hand, basically, like you're relaxed and dexterous, like that, and creative problem solving, like that's pretty much the only two.
But like at an even younger age than Agate is right now,
right?
Like what kind of a lack would she have that would make you think?
Yeah, most kids can't even like move their own bodies the way that you tell them to, right?
Right.
Like, you tell them to put their heels perpendicular to each other, and they won't even know what that means.
This is the world-class pianist basically saying, you weren't a genius by age 5.
Yeah.
Then like
Oh, then what are you even doing?
What is the point of even
I
investing
disown
in
you. Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I
Someone
am really
whose head is up their own ass so far and huffing their own farts that they don't actually remember what their own journey was to get where they are.
well. So I think that's a very obviously angry, charged way of looking at it. I'm trying to be as objective as possible here and saying, at the very least, what can you even quantify as having a lack of talent in this world where it's drawing? You're drawing circles. You're going to have to draw 10,000 circles to get good at drawing a circle.
Yep.
I get maybe some people can just go and it's perfect.
Right.
But again, like I really struggle to think of what kind of thing you could measure in that regard. Like for example, Coco is brought up as being really great at drawing those straight lines,
Right,
because
she worked
practiced
with fabric and everything, and yeah, she had to learn how to do that and everything.
But that took years.
Oh, absolutely.
So
yeah, and
what is it? Is there actual magical stuff in people's bodies that they're like hiding as actually being quantifiable in some way?
There is the possibility of that, given the whole thing with the brimmed caps and the idea of nurturing Coco's abilities or whatever.
Yes.
Right? Because, like the kind of I used magic and it had a much bigger scale of effect than I expected. That is the kind of
that
thing
is a protagonist trope.
That is a protagonist trope, and it's the your sorcery is so wild that
so
whatever.
incredible.
But that has
character.
Up from everything that we've seen up until now, that has like no bearing whatsoever on this story, right?
Not really.
They could still do that, and the brimmed caps are a fun way that they could get at it and all that, and maybe with some mind muckery or whatever,
or whatever is different about Coco.
Whatever's different about Coco, exactly. But that would be very much kind of a new development.
Or it would be a reveal on what has been the mystery with the brimmed caps thus far. Yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, I can't think of anything.
In my mind, it's all conjecture based on, her mother probably being a shitty person.
Right.
But
shitty person for sure.
Yeah. And so it's regardless of whether or not you actually have talent, because clearly Agate does, it's it wasn't enough for me. Whether it's because it made her look bad because she's so good at it that people don't want to see her, daughter fail.
Wait, I've got it.
Okay.
I've got it. This is almost the most boring and basic obvious thing. What are kids notorious for doing at young ages?
Goofing off?
They just can't focus. They're just too busy. They're kids.
And so,
they're acting like kids.
And so Agate way overcorrected, and that's why she's constantly I need to be focused.
Because she was just a regular kid that wasn't maybe very teachable because she was 4 years old or 5 years old or something.
She's sticking French fries in her nose or whatever, and
and they're like, oh, this is a failure of a child.
Right. Yeah.
Throw her in the trash and get another one.
Exactly.
Like that kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
And so now her whole personality being so extreme in this area is because it's the opposite.
Perfect,
Well, right, but it's because it's the opposite of what her mother judged her as being.
Right. Yep.
Oh man.
And so why am I thinking of this now? Well, maybe because it's dictated your entire life since then. And it's called trauma, and you're still, you're not even working through it. You're just, experiencing it. But
right.
Yeah.
I also love the way in which they formed with these cone head, upside down hanging, dangling.
Yeah, with all the symbols and the drawings and all that stuff, rather than being actual people. Yeah, it's fun.
More just having these creepy eyes.
Yep, but also at the same time being a bunch of pointed, sharp things.
Yeah,
surrounding Agate.
Pointing you with shame,
right. Yep.
And also, here's another fun thing with this. Our family, this isn't saying I have no need for someone with no talent. What could also being implied here is that the mother is the one that delivered the words because she probably had some relationship with her daughter. But it could be that the whole family.
No, we are a dynasty.
You are the youngest, child of the
get out of here.
The empire.
Uh-huh.
And thus they all look down on you.
Right.
Fun.
Yeah. So something else that I wanted to bring up. The Knights Morales being here, awesome. They're like, hey, we're gonna obliviate you. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I was very curious about once they got brought up, and they're the only ones who can do the mind wiping magic and all that stuff, and that's the only thing that they do.
Yeah.
Is what is the actual process for that happening? Because if you think about it, if you're going to be obliviating a whole bunch of minds, Unless
Over
there's
time, yeah.
Sure, no, yeah. But like in a specific situation, right? Let's say they don't just need to obliviate Coco's mind, like wipe magic from her completely because she fucked up, and then for Agate, wipe memory that this happened, and from all the people here, wipe memory that this happened, right? Yeah. Unless there's some limitations on the kind of limits of the memory wiping magic that we're not aware of yet, theoretically, you could question them all you want to try and figure out what happened before you wipe their memory.
Yes.
Now, it's a very good, impactful cliffhanger for them to be like, all right, we can tell that something bad enough happened that, you know, we're just going to wipe your memories, and maybe it's them even attributing it to a mistake on their part, but sorry, we can't be allowed to show mercy on that.
I think it's that because
so it's just the nothing to investigate. Goodbye.
I think it's that because they mentioned basically I will show no mercy.
That's not the spell I drew. You know, you're right. And
it's
so,
like,
you did draw that spell. Okay.
And I think it's mainly because they're like, oh, this is a perfect opportunity to showcase to a young, basically witch apprentice, whichever the one is that didn't do this. Good work. You didn't fuck up here.
Right.
Let this be a lesson to you. Because clearly we don't need to obliviate both in some kind of shameful thing of, oh, you saw someone else make a mistake. It's like, no, this is we have hard, fast rules so that we don't enter a lawless society at some point.
Right.
We are smaller than the system that's been created.
And so we are hyper-militant.
So we are hyper-militant. We keep each other in check. We keep the society in check.
And
there's no malice here. There's no,
And so here's a theory as to how maybe Agate could delay things enough for Kefri to get here.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that it's all right, they think this is just you fucked up and so therefore you will find out.
Yes.
They think that it's the Brimcaps that did it.
Ah.
If she's like, oh, and she also knows that Kefri was like, did the Brimcaps do anything to you? She could bring up, we got actually attacked by Brimcaps a while back. You know, right?
They could have put some magic on Coco.
Yeah, exactly. Not that would make it so that they wouldn't wipe her memory, but then in the
now, we're going to take you back to base and
right,
we're going to
actually
question you.
We need to actually question and figure out what happened.
Sure.
It's clearly a messy situation.
Right.
We'll obliviate her afterwards, and then that's where Kefri can come in and be like, hey, what happened? You know.
No, I like that because I also I'm showing the bit here where we can see their base basically, or one of their bases, and if anything. And it's also underwater with the whole probably the big city and stuff. Yeah. But I love how much this looks like a military castle area here.
Yep.
With like the
the support columns and everything, and the
extra
banners
desks,
and
the tables and everything like this.
Yep.
This looks like a medieval version of Mustang's office from FMAD.
Oh yeah.
Like
and also
the head desk and then the support crew over here.
I just love the idea that this is underwater. We're going to have this big-ass window, which, we have magic. So the idea that it's underwater, structural integrity, not
no
important.
Issues.
They can fix that, right?
Easy.
But just the idea that, like, you have the window, you're not going to see anyone approaching through there or, like, anyone doing any work out there. It's just...
It's for your mental health.
Exactly. You get to see a beautiful, seascape of the seafloor, right? And that is the thing that we are going to stare ominously out of, because when you have those people in high positions of power, you gotta have them staring ominously out a window
at
nothing, at something, right?
or at vague stuff,
right?
And that whale is really nice,
right? They're actually just like, I like looking at the fishes,
I also was like, wait, that's a dope fish, and also, like, it kind of has like a
blue whale kind of,
like kind of like a whale.
It's a big boy
deal there, but then it has the what is the dinosaur, like plesiosaur, 4 fins kind of deal going on there, and I'm like, all right, interesting, fun. But also there was a report. How did the report get here? My also thought is like, wait a minute, obviously we have portal windows, the window ways.
Yep.
So like one of the things that I almost am interested in finding out at some point is that the Knights Morales has like tons of bases.
Sure.
And a lot of them are like spires and towers and stuff that have window ways at like the bottom or something, where people can just send a message of some kind through a window way to many other bases really quickly to then ping things around, and thus you have kind of a network of communication towers.
I can totally see that.
Without it being, them using some form of forbidden magic in some way, because
although I will say, given that they have the tower where all spells once they are used are copied into there, like instantaneously, that could be something where it's just the. But again, no, because it was a sword swing. It wasn't actually like.
What are you talking about? You're talking about the rain cleaver?
Yeah, exactly. The rain cleaver.
That's
right?
not a spell being cast.
It was already.
That's
just
just
the sword.
the magic
It
is
already
perpetually
exists.
going.
Right.
Like, can
Which
we
also-
talk about the fact that they brought a dope ass magic item with a perpetual aura of water around it,
And it could
that
cut through
just
the ocean
cuts
even, you know?
through,
Yeah.
and raging torrent river, coming at you.
And Kiefer, I will just say, you didn't need that last swing. That was you just styling and being like, I hate water, you know, so fuck you in particular. Right? I think you could have gotten up there just fine with
also,
the first
the
strike
scale
that
of
you
it
did.
felt so big that it genuinely looked dangerous, the amount of people that were watching.
I thought it was going to like flood the people and sweep them off the cliff, you know.
It might have just been the, okay, so the angle at which it looked, that was actually something that erupted up higher way down the way.
Yeah,
but because
and just hope there's no children over there or whatever, you know.
Nah.
Don't play out in the storm.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all,
really
a great,
cool.
great kind of stinger episode to then have the kids actually be very helpful.
Yep.
But it being something where a lot of people can probably look at themselves and go, this is all my fault. But like, in a weird way, if you go back enough, this is Agate's fault. Because Agate was the one that tried to convince them that it's my time to go out there.
Yes.
And if they didn't do that,
But
then none of the girls would have gone out there.
Shit's Kiefer's fault because, one, you can't leave them alone for even 30 seconds. This was another example of it.
No.
But why did you bring the others with you?
No, totally. We can always lay the blame at Kiefer.
Yeah.
Always. But in terms of who first kind of
It was
tried
definitely
to push,
Agate. Yeah.
It was definitely Agate.
Right,
here.
the adults should have still been better adults, but
Yes.
but Agate did start this. Yeah.
Right. No, there's many people at fault here, but it was just the kind of thing of where, oh damn, Coco, imagine you just get your memories wiped right here. That will include Mom. Like that will include.
That's why I think that Agate is going to speak up, even though it's going to be something that will be like the, oh my god, super dumb, you're potentially putting your own neck on the line and all that.
Right.
But it's the, but
She's
I can't let
just
this
smart
happen.
enough to know what to say to slow them down in some way, so they don't literally just rip her friends.
Even if it's just something of like can we explain what happened first? I know that's not going to change your decision. You know, like.
What am I getting charged with? What am I getting charged with?
We don't know.
Am I being detained?
Right. You know,
I have rights.
They're already pulling their guns. You know?
Right.
And it's like, okay, cool. You know, because like they're in such a supreme position of power here.
Yeah.
That theoretically that gives you some leeway in a sense, right? You know, like
Agate, all I'll just say is just never talk to the police. Never
say a thing.
No, just the only thing you say is I want my lawyer. Like that's it. Like you don't say a damn thing. Not a damn thing.
Yep.
But oh my god. All right. Fun. Glad it wasn't a trap.
But
we got
it kind of was still.
It was a narrative trap.
Yeah, exactly.
In terms of
Yep.
Oh, but you could do some stuff here.
And literally, okay, I want at some point the girls to be separate from Kiefer and doing something, and for nothing bad to happen. Maybe I'm asking too much.
I think they ate food without Kiefer a little bit. So
yeah, but if it's at the Atelier, that doesn't count.
That totally does count.
Yeah.
You think Kiefer is
it
good
can
enough
still
to
go,
actually?
No, it can
he
still
probably
go wrong.
leaves them
the
unattended at the Atelier quite a bit.
No, absolutely. It can still go wrong at the Atelier. We had the whole situation of Agate sending, Coco out to potentially die.
Oh no, totally.
Right?
You're absolutely right.
But out and about something to happen.
A boot.
Kiefer to go anywhere else. And for nothing bad to happen, then he comes back, even if it's just 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh wait, what am I talking about? They literally have little telephones in their circle, little things there.
Oh yeah, for how the Knights Morales would get all the communications out and everything.
Report and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What am I talking about?
Yep.
That's way easier. But all right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us, the community there, about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.